What if I told you the wisdom that freed emperors didn't come from gold or conquest, but from a man with nothing? No wealth, no freedom, not even his own name. Hey there, if you're fascinated by how philosophy can transform your mind and your life, hit that like button right now. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And tell me in the comments, who has impacted your thinking the most? Because today, we dive into the life of Epictetus. This man was born a slave, a nobody in the shadow of an empire. His very name, Epictetus, literally meant acquired. Not even seen as human, just property. But what came from that so-called property was the mind that shaped emperors like Marcus Aurelius, that shaped soldiers, leaders, and survivors across 2,000 years. You're not going to believe his story. Let's go deeper. Epictetus was born around 55 AD in what is now modern-day Turkey, but back then he was tossed into the brutal Roman machine, a system where power meant everything and the powerless meant nothing. Now imagine being owned by one of Nero's secretaries. Yes, that Nero, the emperor, famous for playing the lyre while Rome burned. So Epictetus, right there in the palace halls, sees raw power, unchecked cruelty, and the rot behind luxury. And it gets worse. His master was abusive. He twisted Epictetus's leg during a fit of rage. Crack. It broke. But Epictetus didn't scream, didn't beg. He looked up and said, "Didn't I warn you?" That moment, right there, is where philosophy becomes flesh. Pain without panic, power without position. Comment below if you've ever been tested by something painful, and ask yourself, how did you respond? Because Epictetus, he chose calm, he chose reason, he chose mastery. And that broken leg, he walked on it, philosophically, for the rest of his life. He said, lameness is an impediment to the leg, not to the mind. Boom. Rewind that if you need to, because that line, that's life-changing. Now don't just sit back. Hit that subscribe button. We're not done yet. We're just getting started. Epictetus found a teacher, Musonius Rufus, sometimes called the Roman Socrates. From slave to student, and soon after, teacher. He opened his own school, and guess who listened? The children of senators, the elite, the powerful. They sat at the feet of a man who once had nothing. Why? Because his mind had become unbreakable. Because he taught them how to be truly free, inside, even when the world enslaves you. Let me ask you something. If a man with no freedom can master his soul, what's your excuse? Drop that thought in the comments. And while you're there, smash the like button. Help more people find this. Because Epictetus wasn't just giving lectures. He was giving lifelines. He taught, some things are up to us. Some things are not. We call it the dichotomy of control. A radical tool to sharpen your awareness and cut away anxiety. He said, your body, your property, your reputation, not yours. Your thoughts, your choices, your actions, yours. Always. Pause right now. What are you wasting energy on that isn't yours to control? Comment. Reflect. Change. He also said, if you want to be beautiful, make beautiful choices. That's not poetry. That's war strategy for the soul. Because the outside world, it's chaos. But your response, that's where your power lives. That's where Stoicism is born. Inside. And that's what made Epictetus dangerous. He didn't shout or rebel, he embodied peace. He lived his values, he practiced what he taught. He wasn't writing for fame, he didn't even write at all. His student Arian recorded it. Because watching Epictetus speak was watching philosophy breathe. If that inspires you, share this video. Let someone else see what real power looks like. Because Epictetus lived through pain, loss, injustice, and smiled. And then he said, "You can chain my body, but not my will. You can strike me down, but not break me." So why does this matter today? Because you, me, and everyone watching this, we're facing storms. Internal, external, emotional, existential. But Epictetus showed us the way. He gave us a map, one that Marcus Aurelius followed, one that a US Navy commander followed while being tortured in Vietnam. James Stockdale read Epictetus before being captured, and in the hell of a prison camp, he didn't crack. He said, "I am entering the world of Epictetus," and he survived. That's how deep this philosophy goes. So here's your invitation. Right now, make Stoicism real. Make it yours, not just in books, but in actions. Subscribe. Comment how you'll live this out today. And if this video moved you, share it. Don't keep Epictetus to yourself. We need more unbreakable souls in this world. And remember this, we don't choose what we bear, but we choose how we bear it. This is Stoicism. This is Epictetus. And this is the path to freedom.